At Discount Tire, we know your time is valuable. Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online. Did you know Discount Tire now sells wiper blades? Check out our current deals at discounttire.com or stop in and talk to an associate today. Discount Tire.
Let's get you taken care of.
You know how important sleep is for your health, and that's why I'm excited to share a podcast that can help, Sleep Cove. Chris, a hypnotherapist with years of experience, provides relaxing sleep hypnosis, meditations, and bedtime stories to help you drift off. So next time you find yourself staring at the ceiling, play Sleep Cove's episodes focused on reducing anxiety or improving your confidence and experience the benefits of a good night's rest. Follow Sleep Cove on your favorite podcast platform so you can easily find it whenever you're ready to wind down and relax. This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2807, The Passage of Time by Colin Wright of ExileLifestyle.com. And I'm Justin Malik. We're going to jump right into today's post as we optimize your life. The Passage of Time by Colin Wright of ExileLifestyle.com. The way we experience time is the direct result of how we spend it. 1 hour in the hands of a person who uses it intentionally can seem like ages, each second noticed, held, weighed, and tasted before it flutters off to be replaced by another. That same hour used in a flurry by someone trying to cram too much into it, or who uses it in a scattered sort of way, who spreads it too thin, will barely notice its passing. Every single day can seem like a non-event to this latter person, though not because they're misusing their time per se. It's more that they're trying to accomplish things in a disorganized, frantic way rather than an intentional, organized fashion. When I bring this up to some people, they tell me that they're very organized, thank you very much. They have pocket calendars and reminders on their phones. They're GTDing and inbox zeroing and Pomodoroing and making use of every other clever time optimizing trick they can find. They're the most organized people they know. It's time that's the problem. Time doesn't seem to want to fit into one of their boxes, which leaves them drained and unsatisfied most nights as they struggle to get to sleep because their brains won't slow down and their bodies are running on fumes. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious. I'm a very ambitious person, and I do my best to surround myself with people who want to get the most out of life. That said, I believe that many of us have been brought up with very harmful ideas of how we're meant to achieve the things we want to achieve. We're told that we have to wring ourselves dry of energy and balance in order to get what we want. We're told that we have to fill every moment of every day with frantic, busy work, lest we fall behind someone else who's willing to do more with that spare second they find themselves hoarding. We're told that to be successful is to be perpetually goose-stepping faster than the person next to us, and that in order to be a winner, we have to light things on fire and blow things up, starting with our own health, relationships, and sanity. I disagree. This harmful extreme is common in some types of ambitious people, and it's a cautionary tale for those who wish to pursue anything big, while at the same time assuring those who are less ambitious that there's no need to take more control of their lives. Down that path are sacrifices not worth making. From what I've seen, though, one needn't dynamite their lives in order to succeed. Some of the most wildly successful people I know take a more balanced approach, allowing them to pursue what makes them happy while maintaining a healthy body and successful relationships. This necessitates a better use of one's time, more specific and careful use. These people tend not to have the TV on while trying to write, while talking to their assistant about another project. They write, or they space out in front of the TV, or they delegate. They do things intentionally and with focus. Every moment of every day, they're completely engaged. Beyond that, there aren't a lot of commonalities in how they spend their time. Some of these people fill their days with work or familial responsibilities, while others take frequent off-grid retreats into the woods. Still others fill their lives with non-work related social activities or TV and video games and books or other forms of entertainment. How you spend your time is determined by you and what makes you happy. But what you get out of it and the way in which you experience it is predicated on whether or not you're engaged and focused. Burnout is common in a world where communication with anyone on the planet and complete access to any piece of information you might want to have is available all day, every day. This is a wonderful, nearly miraculous asset if you can filter it to suit your needs. Experiment frequently, expose yourself to new ideas and experiences, and figure out what makes you happy. Engage in more of those types of activities and make those sorts of lifestyle choices more frequently. Immerse yourself in them without trying to multitask or using tricks to fit more activity into a moment than that moment allows for. We all have the same amount of time to spend each day. Assess how you're spending yours and be sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. Monotasking is a difficult thing to explain to someone if they've never encountered the concept before. It's become a relatively well-known statistic that it takes a little over 20 minutes on average to pull your attention back and refocus after it's yanked away by a distraction. But some people fail to recognize that this means if they're multitasking, they're essentially just staying in that unfocused limbo throughout their entire day, feeling busy but not actually accomplishing as much as they could be accomplishing. Don't make that mistake. Do one thing and get to a stopping point before moving on to another thing and focusing on it to the exclusion of all else. Repeat. You just listened to the post titled The Passage of Time by Colin Wright of ExileLifestyle.com.
At FedEx Office, we know running a business is a marathon, but sometimes every task feels like a sprint. Design the product catalog, pick up the new boxes, print the business cards, notarize the lease, put out 20 more yard signs. It's a lot. Luckily for you, FedEx Office is here to help turn your ideas into reality, so you can stop running yourself in circles and start concentrating on the important things, like deciding what's for lunch. Visit your nearest location or office.fedex.com to get started. FedEx Office.
I'm General Manager Ethan Rosignol at Dark Horse Toyota in Silver Spring. Having trouble finding a car? Come to Dark Horse Toyota in Silver Spring. Dark Horse Toyota is the Central Atlantic region's #1 Toyota dealer year after year. We are here to help you with all your car buying needs. Take advantage of our large inventory and pricing. Come visit us at Dark Horse Toyota in Silver Spring or online at darkhorsetoyota.com.
Thank you to Colin. Another perfect segue from yesterday's episode. I think that's the second time that's happened this week where the topic continued very nicely by accident. Yesterday in my commentary, I was talking about how the author wrote that some say we need to be okay with being bored, whereas his take was more about filling that boredom with the right things. My take was a little of both. Get comfortable being bored, but also find better options to fill that time. But being careful not to overdo it or trying to be productive all the time. And Colin, in this article, seems to be arguing this side too, talking about how we can sometimes fill every moment with busy work. Instead, he's talking about mindfulness of our activities and monotasking. And not that yesterday's author wasn't talking about that, but I think that extra bit of mindfulness goes a long way, so it's something to consider. As Colin said today, and I completely agree, how you spend your time is determined by you and what makes you happy. But we actually have to pay attention to it and make sure it aligns with our true priorities, which is something else we talked about this week. You can listen to that episode from 2 days ago for more about priorities. But I'll leave it there for today and this episode. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.